At number 10, the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa should be in the mix for the AL Central, the NL East, or the NL West. Instead, they're floundering nearly 20 games behind the juggernaut known as the Bo Sox. The lowest payroll in baseball, the Rays lead 3 of 6 divisions. If a group of baseball fans outside of Tampa were asked to raise their hands if they knew how good the Rays were, there would be no movement in the room. Underrated. Coming in at number 9, the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers' social media posted a picture of newly hired Laker JaVale McGee watching emotionlessly as the Dodgers slid into home. The lack of expression is the equivalent of how Dodgers fans feel as the Rockies get closer and closer to upsetting the NL West. At number 8, the Cleveland Indians. The Indians are the first team in MLB history with 4 pitchers totaling over 200 strikeouts. Fans on the official Cleveland Indians fan page believe that the Indians' success at being the first team to clinch the playoffs was because of the franchise getting rid of the Chief Wahoo mascot. With that rationality, I'm not quite sure where Cleveland went wrong to lose LeBron again. Number 7, the Atlanta Braves. The Braves secured the NL East, causing every trap artist in the area to mumble something about chop on in celebration. After 3 90-loss seasons, manager Freddie Freeman got the Braves back on track, putting them back at the top of their division. At number 6, the Milwaukee Brewers. With the sadness of an injured Aaron Rodgers and a penalized Green Bay defense, Milwaukee fandom has rallied around their Brewers. Milwaukee is nipping at the clawed paws of the Chicago Cubs for NL Central supremacy. A sign at a recent WWE SmackDown held by a portly fan read Yelich for MVP. The guy looks suspiciously like Kyle Schwarber, but maybe that's just me. Christian Yelich is currently smacking down on his odds for NL MVP and is currently neck and neck with Javier Baez for NL MVP honors. Coming in at number 5, the Chicago Cubs. Hypothetically, if the Cubs tie the Brewers for the NL Central title, both would have to play one game to decide which gets home field advantage. The loser gets a one-game wild card matchup, which is the equivalent of a Little League consolidation bracket. Whenever the Cubs hit a homer, they go to the dugout and shake a waffle maker, declaring waffles. An unusual tradition for a franchise plagued with many oddities, including a Billy Goat curse that lasted 71 years. Number 4, the Oakland Athletics. The A's were a remarkable 68-0 when leading in the 7th inning. Their streak was broken, and so were their hopes of an AL West title when my beloved Mariners beat them in extra innings after trailing through the 9th. In the top 6 playoff teams with the lowest payroll since 2002, half the list was dominated by Oakland, a notorious penny-pinching organization. If they were financially stacked, like the Yanks, they would potentially beat New York's record of 5 consecutive championships. However, they would only be the second favorite team in Oakland, behind the Golden State Warriors. At number 3, the New York Yankees. 4 years ago, Derek Jeter hit a walk-off in his final game at Yankee Stadium. Despite being on the Yankees' Mount Rushmore, Jeter is the opposite of that landmark for Miami sports. Maybe the Yankees' Stone Mountain. Since retirement, he's run the Marlins into the ground with the 3rd worst record in baseball. New York fans are complaining, as they often do, that the 3rd best record in baseball for their club only warrants the wild card. Hey MLB fans, welcome to the Western Conference of basketball. Number 2, the Houston Astros. The Astros are the first team since the 2004 and 2005 Cardinals to have back-to-back 100-win seasons. Houston secured the AL West championship, but their W was overshadowed by the return of Roberto Usana, who was booed loudly by the Toronto fans after being reinstated following dropped domestic abuse charges. The response was all well and good, but I heard much worse when UT took on USC 2 weeks ago, and those were innocent college kids. And finally, number 1, the Boston Red Sox. You probably turned your TV to another channel during this part of the Power Rankings because